There are no solutions, there are only trade offs. I am an engineering student in college in my third year. I go to the gym 6 times a week. I day trade. I post an Instagram reel every day. I post on X every day. I post 3 videos a week. I journal every night. I read my Bible every night. And none of that's to brag, it's just to say that I do a lot of things. And I have to manage my time very carefully in order to achieve those things. And I want to speak to the person on the other side of the screen who wants to do those things. Maybe you don't want to go to engineering school. Maybe you don't want to go to the gym. But maybe you are ambitious enough to strive for more than the average person. And that's probably why you would click on a video like this called time management, right? First thing, I want to be extremely clear and transparent on this. I can't do this by myself. I absolutely can't. You see the necklace. God has given me the opportunity and the mindset and the capacity to do these things. And I'm not special because He's given me these things. I've asked for them, He's given me challenges, and I've persisted and worked through them. And I'm so grateful that He's been able to walk with me through this entire journey of all of these different things that I'm working on. I started a business a week ago, and I'm sending out orders before I go to the gym and then before I go to class. It's only because of God that I can do something like that, and I'm extremely grateful. This video is gonna be a little. If you watch this video and you feel just completely at peace with yourself, I don't think it would do its job. So if it offends you a little bit, if it gets under your skin a little bit, if it makes you a little uncomfortable, maybe that's a good thing. I remember the first time I met up with one of my now favorite mentors, and I wasn't involved in community. And one of the first things he told me was he opened scripture and he said, "A man without community is a fool." I was like, dang. I was completely isolated at the time, but it hit me hard enough to say, okay, I'm going to involve myself. I'm going to make that change. And hopefully this does that for you. For a lot of these things, first, there's ways to improve it. There's ways and strategies and techniques that you can use to get to the other side, to manage your time properly. And I'm going to walk through that. This is how I manage my time. This is how I get things done. But the precursor to that is your approach up here. And I don't curse, so I won't say it like he did, but Mike Aristotele has this great quote where if you want it bad enough, I'll see you there. If you want to be in shape, if you want to be successful, if you want to be a low body fat and have a lot of muscle, bad enough, if you want it bad enough, if you really actually want it bad enough, I will see you at the gym because you actually want it and you're actually doing what it takes. If you want to be a profitable day trader, I've gotten payouts. If you want to be a profitable day trader, you will invest the time. You will backtest, you will journal, you will do what it takes. You will learn the strategy, you will study the charts, and you will do what it takes if you want it bad enough. And that applies to literally everything. And some of you may not want it bad enough, and that's not a bad thing. That's okay. And there's this great idea of maybe those are the real winners in some cases. Because who's the real winner? The one who has to go on this huge long journey to finally feel happy, or the one who can go to their part time job and work with a smile on their face? It's a complex idea, but I definitely lean over here, where I need to do a lot and achieve a lot before I feel like, yes, like I've done it. And I think that might be you too. So you need to really want it, number one, which you probably do want it, at least a little bit. But maybe you're not doing the right things or enough things to get there. And maybe you should fix that. Because if you've been working for a while at something and you're not making progress, maybe you're not actually working to your greatest extent. A girl asked me one time how long I've been working out, and I struggled to come up with an answer because I was gonna say a couple years, which I started going to the gym a couple years ago, but it felt more accurate and realistic to say a year. Why? In the past year, I stepped up my game. I took things more seriously. I dieted, I tracked my macros, I went to the gym more frequently, and I trained more intensely. So it felt like the only amount of time I've been training seriously was a year. And maybe you need to make that step up, where now you're doing so much more that it feels like the things you were doing before, they actually weren't you doing anything, because your capacity is so much more than you think you have. And I constantly remind myself of that. When I feel like I'm doing a lot, someone did more than me today. And they made more progress and they got further along. And I could do the same thing. There's nothing different from me or them. The only thing different is they just decided. They just made a decision that they were going to do more. They were going to do one extra rep. They were going to make one extra video. They were going to do one more back testing session. They were going to read one more page. That's the only difference. It was literally just a decision of endurance. They got tired slower than I did. That's not a good way to put it. Tired isn't the word, because everything is in your control. To say you were tired, okay, yeah, we're all tired, but you can still do another one. I can sit here and I made 10 or 11 short form videos today after going to the gym and after shipping out 10 orders, and it was a school day. And I looked at the time and I was like, man, it's almost time for bed. And I still have to read, I still have to journal, I've got laundry I need to put away still. I don't really feel like making a video, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Because I manage my time and I do what I say I'm going to do. And that's really important. And that leads into this. So this is how I actually track things. And this isn't some write a paragraph, write a story about what you're going to do the next day. This is extremely simple, because simple habits stick. And you need something simple and realistic. So last night, I wrote this list: bed, pool, cardio, 5 trials, 3 reels, gotta do X, take to PO. My handwriting sucks, I know. This is my list for today, and I wrote it last night. This top one, bed, is extremely important, and I write it every single day. Because you need to win within minutes of waking up. If you wake up and you get out of bed and you don't make it, you've lost within 5 minutes of your day. You're already on the wrong foot. Versus getting up, making your bed, you're already getting things done. You just woke up. You may not even changed yet, and you're already winning. You're already beating so many people. Win every morning as soon as you wake up. Make your bed. Me recording videos is a good incentive for that. I didn't make it 10 minutes ago. I made it this morning. Every day. Bed. Now, at the end of the day, boom. I made my bed and I can cross it off. Second one, pool. Today was pool day at the gym. I went to the gym and I did pool. I also did my cardio. I also made 5 trials. I also made 3 reels. I posted on X, and I took 10 boxes to the post office. I won my day. It's encouraging to me, because sometimes the outcome, sometimes the output of what you're doing won't be there. But I can sleep a lot better when I recognize I did the input for the day. I made sure that I did what I was supposed to do. I make sure that I do the work, because the outcome is not on me, the outcome is on God. And sometimes I'm going to get what I want, and sometimes I'm not. But if I can look to God and know that I did the work and trust in Him, then I can have peace for my day. And that's why this list is so important. You don't need to write sentences. You don't need to write paragraphs. It needs to be quick, easy, simple. Tomorrow, I'm going to make my bed. Let's do the next day, actually. Let's go ahead and do this. Tomorrow's plan for the day: bed, push, let's say 2 more reels because I made some already for today. What else? Homework. I've got homework that's due tomorrow or Wednesday. And do you think? What else do I have? Oh, I need to assemble. I'm getting more materials. I need to assemble units to ship. Hmm. Here's what I've got so far. I might add to this later. Bed, push, 2 reels, homework, assemble units to ship. My units are this thing. I'm getting pieces tomorrow to make more, so I need to get those assembled and shipped out on Wednesday, so I need to build them tomorrow. But that's my list. That's my to-do list. And you need to build trust in yourself with this. It is extremely important. I wrote this on the first day. If you write it, you must do it. Seriously. If you don't write it, burn the book. Because it's a waste of time. What's the point of writing a thing on a to-do list and then not doing it? That's just a list. For what? Nothing. If you write it down, do it. And take it serious. You're building trust with yourself when you do this thing. Because that list of things that I just wrote down, I'm going to do everything on there tomorrow. It's not a ton, but I'm going to do every single thing on that list. And I'm going to make sure that it's done. I will not sleep until everything on this list is done. Because for, I don't know, 200 plus days, I've built trust and I've built a relationship with myself that when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Get a cheap notebook. This was like $1. You can see how cheap this thing is. It's not breaking the bank. Write things down in black pen, what you're going to do for the next day, and at the end of the day, write it, cross it out in green pen. It feels good. It feels good to write a to-do list, and at the end of the next day, cross things off the list. Because then you can go to bed. And in your relationship with God, you can literally say this exact thing. God, I worked hard today. I don't know what the outcome is going to be. I pray and I hope for these things. And I know I did the work. The outcome is yours. I trust in you. Let your will be done. And then the weight comes off. And you're at peace with yourself. And this is me talking in a mirror right now because there's been a lot of nights where I haven't felt that way at all. There's been a lot of nights where I was like, man, I did everything. Why are things not going to plan? Because my plan sucks. Truthfully. If I got what I wanted when I wanted it, I would probably be in a much worse spot. God has stretched me and taught me lessons and giving me 200 plus days of work where I didn't see the fruits and I felt like quitting. He's taught me endurance to run on a night like tonight where I've made my videos, I've gone to the gym, I did my cardio, I shipped my boxes, I did X, Y, and Z, and I just want to go to bed. There's a video coming out tonight called Time Management from a third-year engineering student who's going to read his Bible tonight, who's going to do his journal tonight, who's going to do his laundry tonight, who goes to the gym 6 times a week, who just launched a business, who day trades, and doesn't have straight A's, but he's passing his classes. I'm not saying these things to brag. I'm saying these things to stretch your perspective on what your capacity can be. Because you can do a lot more than you think you can. I really want this life that I'm after. I really want the success and the financial freedom. And there are sacrifices. But I'm willing to make those because I want that future. And if you want that future as bad as I do, you'll make them too. Go get yourself a little cheap journal. And subscribe too. Thank you so much for watching.